Binge or Bin, a brand new show from The Independent giving you the lowdown on which TV shows are binge-worthy and which ones are bin-worthy.
This week, we'll be discussing the big Line of Duty season finale. But before that, we've been watching Invincible on Amazon Prime and catching up on Disney Plus's Big Sky as its first season comes to an end.
We've also taken the plunge with Starstruck on BBC iPlayer, and we'll introduce you to our picks of hidden gems we think you should be watching.
Oh, hey, Jacob.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Good to see you. I'm calling because I want to talk TV with you, Annabel. Is that okay?
Of course you do. That's totally fine. So you've been watching Invincible?
I have been watching Invincible. So Invincible is a new show on Amazon Prime Video. It's a coming-of-age superhero tale, but it's animated. And I don't know if you know Robert Kirkman, but any Walking Dead fan will know him because he created the comic book Walking Dead, which has obviously become a TV show behemoth over the past, 10 years. So Invincible is on Amazon Prime Video. You've got 8 episodes, full season now, with 2 more on the way. It's just been renewed for a second and third season. You've got 45 minutes per episode, not long at all, and they will whiz by, trust me. The world is rife with superhero things right now, so you're probably thinking, why do I want to watch another superhero show? But what I'll say about Invincible is that it's 8 episodes of what Avengers can't be. It's about a young guy who finds out that his dad is Omni-Man, who is the world's most powerful superhero. His son finds out on his 17th birthday that he actually has powers himself. So it becomes a bit of a Jedi Padawan. His dad's like teaching him the ropes.
Slow down. Land. I said land. Stop.
The voice cast. So you have Stephen Young, who obviously was in The Walking Dead as well, joined by pretty much, I'd say, 60% of The Walking Dead cast. It's a rollicking show. I love it. Can you tell?
And animation has just kind of come leaps and bounds with critically acclaimed shows. We're living in a golden age of animation, and it sounds like this, Invincible is kind of riding on that and adding to it even more. And so, is this a binge or a bin?
I'm struggling to come up with any flaws here. Binge. Binge, binge, binge.
I wasn't ready before. Now I am.
You have been watching Starstruck, haven't you?
Rose Matafeo is the writer or co-writer, and she also stars in it. It is 6 episodes, 21 minutes each, all on BBC iPlayer. Yeah, and she's just tweeted that another second season is on the way, already filming. So fans of Starstruck will be happy to hear that. I'm kind of sad to report that this one wasn't exactly everything that I hoped it would be. So the premise is basically like a gender reverse Notting Hill. Rose plays Jessie, this kind of 20-something living in Hackney. On New Year's Eve one day, she hooks up with someone who turns out to be this megastar Tom, who's played by Nikesh Patel, who's really brilliant in the role as well. And then the show unfolds over the next 6 episodes, and it's kind of the aftermath of them sleeping together.
He's a famous actor.
Loved you in the Avengers.
I wasn't in that.
And you're a little rat nobody.
Harsh, but it's true.
I think whenever I put on a BBC show in recent years, I'm kind of expecting something that pushes boundaries and is new and fresh. And I think this didn't exactly do that.
Is it a binge or is it a bin?
It is very sadly a bin for me.
Harsh.
I know, I feel really mean.
Are you part of Tom's team?
No.
I wish. We Tom's parole officers.
So I heard you've been watching Big Sky.
I have been watching Big Sky. So Big Sky at its heart is a detective series set in small town of Montana, of Big Sky in Montana, which is being plagued by kidnappings of young women. In that plot, you'd probably expect something like True Detective, or it's like a Southern Gothic mystery that you'd watch on HBO. Something high caliber. This is not that. It's on Star or Disney Plus. Each episode is 40 minutes. It's 24 episodes a season, so the last episode is actually airing on the 18th of May. Big Sky is one of them shows that really relies on journalists like us, reporters, to kind of report and to talk to people about the big twists and turns that happen at the end of each episode, to get you thinking, oh my god, that actually sounds like quite good. I want to watch it. I want to be involved in what could be like a good talking point moment. And then you get suckered in and you forget that you've actually got 38 minutes of dross to sit through before you get dealt those twists. And it's annoying because David E. Kelly, who is the guy behind this show, he's got a lot of good, he's got some accolades to his name. He created Ally McBeal, The Practice in the 90s. He did Big Little Lies recently as well. For this being Disney Plus, Star on Disney Plus, their new channel for adults, their first foray into original programming. Big Sky really is not the one. You don't want that to be your first show.
Yeah, so I feel like I know your answer already, but is this a binge or a bin?
Do you know what? It obviously it's a bin, but I can't blame anyone for binging it because it manipulates you into wanting to binge it. But just be prepared, you're going to want to kind of like have a shower after every episode because we're talking trash fire here.
Things are about to take an uglier turn.
So on Binge or Bin, we'd like to highlight some hidden gems, some TV shows that we really love that we think you should seek out. The shows that aren't readily available to you when you turn on whatever streaming service you might have, and the shows that you might have been meaning to watch for a while but have completely forgotten about. So Annabelle, what's your hidden gem?
This past lockdown, I got into In Borderland, which is streaming on Netflix. It's a Japanese sci-fi dystopian series that's based on a manga of the same name. Really, this is such a fun, twisty ride. It's the premise is kind of, if I had to describe it really quickly, Battle Royale meets Saw meets Lord of the Flies. So it's three guys. They find themselves in this emptied out, desolate version of Tokyo. And they have to compete in these weird, cryptic, life or death games to survive. Part of the fun is kind of working out where the game's going before they do. And obviously there's also this overarching mystery that kind of connects the series, the episodes, and makes it not repetitive. And the only downside is that there's just one season, but the second one has already been announced, and based on Netflix's usual schedule, we can kind of expect that by December this year. So you have a few months to kind of get that season 1 under your belt, and you will be addicted. All right, Jacob, talk to me about your hidden gem.
So my hidden gem is the HBO miniseries The Night Of, which aired in 2016. So the whole show is devised by Richard Price and Steven Zalian, two huge writers in Hollywood. So Richard Price is a regular collaborator with David Simon, who created The Wire. He actually wrote a few episodes of The Wire and The Juice, David Simon's one of his other TV shows. And Steven Zalian has written films including Schindler's List, Gangs of New York, The Irishman. It's not a huge amount of your time. You've got 8 episodes, 2 of which are feature length. So essentially 10 episodes, over 8 episodes. And it's on now. You can watch it with an entertainment pass. So The Night Of is a story about a young Pakistani-American guy called Naz Khan, who, after a fun night out, meets a mysterious girl, wakes up the next morning, and she has been murdered, and he is charged with her murder. Riz Ahmed, obviously, is having a moment with the films Mogul Mowgli and Sound of Metal, for which he was nominated for Best Actor at the Oscars. Now, the show is a play-by-play account of what happens when someone gets arrested, right through to the trial. It's through Riz Ahmed as Naz, as you see him kind of enter as this prison, as this wide-eyed, like deer in headlights, innocent, lovely guy, have to kind of keep his head above water by becoming what he really wasn't in Rikers Island prison. As an indictment on the criminal justice system in America, it's second to none. I mean, first episode does a play-by-play of what happens when someone is arrested, right through to like having their fingerprints taken, right through to the witnesses coming in, right through, it's a long episode as well. It's a feature-length episode, and you kind of get this real lived-in sense of this jail cell that he's taken to, and the night playing out in real time. Okay, so spoiler warning now. We are going to be discussing the big Line of Duty finale, which aired in the UK this week. Smash viewing records. A lot of the people who watched it, the 12.8 million who watched it, seem to be quite disappointed. It's divided opinion with its conclusion to the long-running H storyline. Annabelle, talk to us about the Line of Duty finale.
Yeah, I don't want to be too controversial, but I mean, this whole season of Line of Duty was a bit of a miss for me, and the season finale was kind of the epitome of that. I think the whole season was a bit overcooked with like so many references and so many clues and Easter eggs that when we finally came down to who H was, it just felt, I don't know, I felt robbed.
The more Line of Duty became a show where it lent itself to trawling for Easter eggs on Reddit boards and stuff, the less I have enjoyed it. I really liked it when it was kind of like, you know, it was, you know, quite basic in its execution, which was one person, are they or aren't they corrupt? And you got a really thrilling guest star in, and then they were gone. The minute they kind of introduced this wide-reaching conspiracy, this H and this fourth man, you know, you're setting yourself up for a giant fall, I think. But Jed Mercurio wrote himself into a bit of a corner there. I don't think it was necessarily bad. I just think that he could do no right in this situation.
The whole line of inquiries has been deliberately suppressed to protect organised crime.
I had nothing to do with it.
One other thing to be said is that it did bring the whole nation together as a nation of telewatchers on the sofa Sunday night watching it, and there is something nostalgic about that kind of getting together.
The reason why I really enjoyed watching it and looked forward to seeing it was the camaraderie between the central trio. So you've got Hastings, Arnott and Fleming, played by Adrian Dunbar, Martin Compston and Vicky McClure. And they are great. I'm going to miss seeing them on TV.
We know that Corbett is a cold-blooded killer.
Seasons 1 to 6 are all streaming on BBC iPlayer now.
So, Annabelle, big question here. But Line of Duty, is it a binge or is it a bin?
I mean, it's got to be a binge. If anything else, Line of Duty is a bingeable show. The guest stars are fantastic. The Twitter discourse is fun. And the central premise, the corrupt cops, the bent coppers, it's a good watch, and there's nothing really else like it on TV. And after that's aired, there is going to be a massive Line of Duty shaped hole in our hearts.
When did we stop caring about honesty and integrity?
Thanks so much for watching. Join us next time for some more Binge or Bin. In the meantime, you have plenty to be tearing through based on our recommendations. Like and comment below, and hit subscribe for more from independent TV.